Feeling overwhelmed by video editing? You're not alone, but it's way easier than you think. In this quick guide, we're jumping into CapCut, the free app that's changing the game. Whether you're making YouTube videos, TikToks, or family clips, you'll learn how to edit like a pro, fast. The best part? No confusing tech talk, just clear, simple steps that actually make sense. Grab your phone or computer and let's turn you into a video editing pro. First up, getting started with CapCut and a quick tour so you know exactly where everything is. Clean, simple, and built to make editing easy. To start your first project, look for the prominent Create Project button. This is your gateway into the editing world, and clicking it opens up the main editing interface where all the magic happens. Now let me walk you through the layout so you never feel lost again. On the left side of your screen, you'll find the media panel. Think of this as your digital filing cabinet where all your video clips, photos, and audio files live. The center of your screen houses the preview player, which is essentially your movie theater where you can watch your edits in real time as you make them. The right side of your screen contains the details panel, which might seem less exciting but is actually incredibly useful. Here, you can see your project settings like resolution and aspect ratio, and even modify them if needed. For example, if you started editing thinking you'd post to YouTube, but then decided to create content for TikTok instead, you can easily switch your aspect ratio from landscape to vertical without starting over. At the bottom of your screen, you'll discover the timeline, and this is where the real editing happens. Think of the timeline as the backbone of your entire project. Every cut, transition, effect, and piece of audio will be arranged here in chronological order. Now that you're familiar with the layout, let's import some footage and start the actual editing process. The import process in CapCut is refreshingly straightforward. Click on the media panel, then navigate to where your video files are stored. You can select multiple clips at once by holding down the Shift key while clicking. Once your clips are imported, you'll see them appear as thumbnails in your media panel. From here, you have two options for getting them into your timeline. You can either click the blue plus button that appears when you hover over each clip, or simply drag the clips directly into the timeline area. After your clips are in the timeline, you'll probably want to zoom in to get a better view of what you're working with. You can hold down Ctrl and press the plus key to zoom in, or Ctrl and minus to zoom out. But here's a pro tip. The smoothest way to zoom is by holding Ctrl while scrolling your mouse wheel up and down. This gives you precise control over how much you want to zoom, making it easy to get the perfect view of your timeline. Let's talk about one of the most fundamental skills in video editing, trimming your clips. This white marker shows you exactly where you are in your video timeline. As you drag it left or right, you'll see the corresponding frame in the preview player. This real-time feedback makes it easy to find the exact moment where you want to make your cut. CapCut offers several trimming methods, and each one is useful in different situations. The split method is perfect when you want to cut something out of the middle of a clip. Position your playhead where you want to cut, then either click the split button or press Ctrl and B on your keyboard. This cuts your clip into two separate pieces, and you can delete the part you don't want. Another trimming method involves dragging the edges of your clips. When you hover your mouse over the beginning or end of a clip, you'll notice the cursor changes to a resize icon. Click and drag to shorten or lengthen the clip. This method is great for fine-tuning the exact duration of your clips. For quick trimming, the W and Q keyboard shortcuts are incredibly handy. Press Q to delete everything to the left of your playhead, or W to delete everything to the right. These shortcuts become second nature once you start using them regularly, and they'll speed up your editing workflow significantly. Beyond basic trimming, CapCut provides a toolkit of useful editing functions accessible right from your timeline. The undo and redo buttons are lifesavers when you make a mistake or want to try a different approach. The marker tool lets you place visual reminders on your timeline, perfect for noting where you want to add effects or make specific edits later. The freeze frame feature creates a still image from any point in your video, which is useful for creating pause effects or emphasizing important moments. The reverse function can add creative flair to your videos, making actions appear to happen backward. The mirror tool flips your footage horizontally, and the rotate tool lets you correct footage that was shot at the wrong angle. One of the most noticeable improvements you can make to your videos is adding smooth transitions between clips. CapCut makes adding transitions surprisingly simple. To add a transition, click on the Transitions tab at the top of your interface. You'll see a library of different transition effects, from simple fades to more dynamic options like slides and zooms. Once you've found a transition you like, simply drag it to the space between two clips in your timeline. The transition will automatically be applied and you can immediately preview it by playing your video. Need to zoom or reposition your clip? CapCut makes it easy. Select your clip, then use the scale slider in the top right to zoom in, left to zoom out. You can either use the numerical sliders or drag the video directly in the preview player. When you drag the video around, helpful guidelines appear to show when your content is centered horizontally or vertically. The rotation control adds another creative dimension to your editing. Maybe you want to create a slight tilt for artistic effect, or perhaps you need to correct footage that was shot at an odd angle. The rotation wheel gives you precise control over this adjustment. Here's where things get really exciting. Creating animations using keyframes. First, position your playhead where you want the animation to start. Then, click the diamond icon next to any property you want to animate. You'll see this icon next to transform, scale, position, and many other adjustable elements. This creates your first keyframe. Next, move your playhead to where you want the animation to end, then adjust the property to its final value. CapCut automatically creates a second keyframe and calculates all the intermediate steps between your two keyframes. The result is a smooth animation that happens over the duration you specified. Speed adjustment is another powerful tool that can dramatically change the feel of your video. CapCut makes it easy to speed up or slow down your footage with precise control. Click on the speed button while you have a clip selected, and you'll see a slider that lets you adjust playback speed. Dragging the slider to the right speeds up your footage. Dragging to the left slows down your footage, perfect for creating dramatic slow-motion effects or emphasizing important moments. The duration feature gives you even more precise control. If you know exactly how long you want a clip to be, you can enter the specific duration, and CapCut will automatically calculate the required speed adjustment. Animation effects add professional polish to your videos without requiring complex techniques. CapCut organizes animations into 3 categories: in animations that control how clips appear on screen, out animations that control how they disappear, and combo animations that combine both effects. Like transitions, the key to using animations effectively is restraint. Choose animations that match the mood and style of your content. Color correction and filters can transform the entire mood and aesthetic of your video. CapCut provides both basic adjustment tools and creative filter options to help you achieve the look you want. The adjustment panel gives you control over fundamental properties like brightness, contrast, saturation, and color temperature. These tools are essential for correcting footage shot in poor lighting conditions or for matching color balance across different clips shot at different times. Color temperature adjustment is particularly useful. Moving the slider toward the blue side makes your footage appear cooler and more professional, while moving toward the orange side creates a warmer, more intimate feeling. Saturation controls how vivid your colors appear. Boost it for vibrant, eye-catching content, or reduce it for a more subdued, cinematic look. Audio is often the unsung hero of good video editing. CapCut includes a comprehensive stock music library with tracks suitable for various types of content. To access this library, click on the Audio tab, then browse through the available categories. When you find a track you like, simply drag it into your timeline below your video clips. This creates a separate audio track where you can adjust volume levels, add fade-ins and fade-outs, and make other audio adjustments. The audio waveform visualization is incredibly helpful for editing. One of CapCut's most impressive features is its automatic caption generation. To generate captions, you'll first need to have audio with spoken words in your timeline. This could be a voiceover you've recorded separately or dialogue that's part of your video footage. Once your audio is in place, click on the Captions tab and adjust the settings according to your needs. You can specify the spoken language. Choose whether you want bilingual caption. When you're ready, click Generate, and CapCut will analyze your audio and create timed captions automatically. The generated captions appear in your timeline as a separate track, and you can edit them just like any other element. If the speech recognition made any mistakes, you can easily correct them by clicking on individual caption segments and retyping the correct text. CapCut provides extensive customization options for your captions, including font selection, size adjustments, color changes, and positioning controls. You can also apply preset styles that include backgrounds, borders, and animations. Custom text lets you add any message you want, positioned anywhere on screen for any duration you choose. To add custom text, click on the Text tab and drag the default text element to your timeline. You can then position it wherever you want on screen and customize every aspect of its appearance. Change the font, adjust the size, modify colors, add borders or shadows, and even apply animations to make your text appear and disappear with style. Text animations can make your messaging much more engaging, so size your text accordingly. When you're satisfied with your edit, it's time to export your video. Click the Export button in the top right corner to access these settings. The Export panel lets you customize several important parameters. You can change your video's name, select the destination folder, and adjust technical settings like resolution, bitrate, codec, and frame rate. Don't be afraid to try different effects. Play with various settings and explore creative possibilities you hadn't considered before. Video editing is ultimately about storytelling, and every tool we've covered today serves that greater purpose. Transitions help your story flow smoothly from scene to scene. Color correction ensures your visual message is clear and impactful. Audio editing creates the right emotional atmosphere. Captions make your story accessible to everyone. Now that you've got the basics down, it's time to start creating. Open CapCut, drop in some footage, and try out what you've learned. Every project will sharpen your skills and build your confidence fast. If this helped, hit that subscribe button. There's way more to come on video editing, content creation, and turning your ideas into pro-level videos. Thanks for watching.